Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Couch today I'm going to be reviewing this, Theatre of the Gods by M. Soudain. That's the book that I saw in Waterstones several times, picked up, glanced at and put back down again before finally taking a chance on it. Now, based on the cover of that book, which as you can see it's got a sailing ship on it, I thought that was going to be a steampunk kind of novel, but it isn't, although there's a few elements of that in there. It tells the tale of Monsieur Fabregas. I kept thinking Cesc Fabregas for some reason, I don't know why. Now, he's journeyed between the universes on his ship with a crew of basically child slaves, a blind alien girl from another universe, and a deaf boy who's able to control electricity, you know, and also any sort of information source he can access. He's kind of like a walking Wi-Fi base station, I suppose. Now, these are all pursued by the Pope of the Universe, assassins, carnivorous plants, you name it, and they come up against it. Now, they've got multiple adventures and near misses across two universes. I mean, it's like space opera on a grand scale, it really is. It's very funny as well in parts. But I tell you what though, the plot of this book is like a corkscrew, goes like this. I mean, there's so many different things in it, it dashes from one thing to the next, you know. There's like, also there's many allusions to other books, genres and authors. I mean, one of the very first things in one of the first paragraphs in the novel is mention of a ship called the Mosdef. M-O-S-D-E-F. Yeah, it's full of things like that. Just little hat tips and winks to various things. So, in this book, there are multiple viewpoint characters, backstories, all that sort of thing. But, I mean, some of the narrators, they expressly say that nothing they say can be trusted or believed, including this sentence. You know, it's that sort of thing. The chaos of the narrators does fit in with the chaotic advantage the characters are having. You know, whether it's when they're crash-landed on a moon that's inhabited by giant carnivorous plants, or if they're stuck in an airport where you could die of old age waiting for your flight connection, the deadly pathway to the Queen's audience chambers through multiple different giant rooms, all of which are designed to kill you, or the battle palaces of the Pope of the Universe. It's all very inventive. I did very much enjoy it. It covers time travel, dimension hopping, universe hopping, religion, politics, and a lot more besides. It's very difficult to describe exactly what the plot is, because it's very much like, this is happening, now this is happening, now this is happening, and now this is happening. But it does kind of work. I mean, you'd think it'd be one giant hot mess, but it isn't, you know. It's very difficult to pull off a mix of different genres and writing styles. And still be credible as a novel, of course, instead of just being ridiculous. But this book manages it, I'd say. It is thoroughly enjoyable. I mean, it looks really thick. It's about 500 pages or so, but I managed to rip through it in about a week on the train to and from work. Like I said, very enjoyable and pretty different to a lot of other things I've read recently, in that it's like many different stories in one, as it were. Thoroughly recommended. As always, that was just my review of Theatre of the Gods by M. Soudain. Why don't you leave me a comment or suggestion for a book you'd like to see reviewed? Subscribe to my channel or hit that big high five.